Welcome in. Welcome to Bears After Dark. Unfortunately, the season of miracle, the season of the cardiac Bears, comes to a dramatic end. What other way would be more fitting than to come down to the wire in overtime with a crazy fourth down catch and throw by Caleb Williams? What other way to go out? We had several chances in this game. I would say the only person you can blame is our team. We had the opportunities. We just couldn't capitalize in this game. I have a lot of things I'm going to go over in this game. I'm sorry it's going to come out a little later than normal. It would normally come out the night of the game, but I had to get my thoughts together a little bit after this game. A lot of ups, a lot of downs. Had to get everything together. Come on. Give good quality content to put out there. So it's still instant reactions, but a day later, instant reactions. So apologize for that. But this game really shows how close we are, how close we have come. The Rams have been the number one Super Bowl contender in the NFC the entire year. Maybe now you could say the Seahawks a little bit, but they are a Super Bowl contender, and I can say that without a doubt. And we fought toe-to-toe against the Rams. Statistically, they are the number one offense in the NFL. Rushing, yards, total points, it's them. And we held them to 17 points for most of the game. They got 20 at a late field goal. All props to our defense. We're going to go section by section, but just that's the overview. Defense really stepped up. Offense couldn't keep up with them this game. And I didn't think I was going to say that. My prediction, I thought it was going to be a shootout, that we were going to have 30-plus points to even put up a fight in this game. The score breakdown, neither team could really capitalize on all of their drives. It went back and forth. We started off, went for it on fourth down. Rome had a crucial drop. We'll get into that later. But Rams ended up going down. Started 7-0 to us. We went down in the second quarter. Scored 7-7. We ended up taking the lead right before halftime, 10-7, and let them score as well. They kicked a field goal. Going into it 10-10 at halftime, I felt very good. This whole week I've said if we keep the game close at halftime, we are a second-half team, and there is no getting around that. We always play better in the second half. For some reason, Caleb loves to become Iceman in the second half, especially the fourth quarter. So we did just that. We kept the game close going into halftime. Yes, they got ball first. We even stopped them on their first drive. Couldn't capitalize on our drive, but we stopped them. It just went back and forth, 3 and outs, no points. We kept going for it on fourth down. Just didn't turn out to anything. And yes, I agree. I'm not going to hate on any of the decisions to go for it on fourth down. When you're playing an offense like this, just like last week against the Packers, you are expecting the game to be a shootout. So hindsight 2020, yes, a few of those field goals when we went for it would have helped, but you're not expecting this game to be a 17-17, 10-10 for most of the game. You're not expecting that. You're expecting it to be a shootout. And our defense really stepped up. So again, all props to them. But Rams ended up taking the lead, 17-10 in the fourth quarter. We ended up going down again. Fourth down, went for it. Couldn't get it through an incomplete pass. This was like 2 minutes left in the game. I think it was like maybe 3 minutes because the 2-minute warning didn't happen yet. Wasn't looking good. Defense was going to have to make an incredible stop. We had all 3 timeouts, yes, but 1 first down. Could have killed it if we used our first downs. We had the 2-minute warning. And there was a massive play by Kyren Williams, went out of bounds, pretty much gave us an extra timeout, completely saved us. Defense stepped up at the end, gave us another opportunity. And that's all you need when you put the ball in Caleb Williams' hands at the end of the game, an opportunity to tie it. Down 7 is pretty much a tie game when it comes to him. We drove down the field, a huge play to Colson Loveland. I think that was the play that ended up giving him a concussion. So he went out. We'll have to check on him. Obviously, it doesn't matter anymore because we're in the offseason. But crucial catch by him. Ended up going down a few more times. I can't remember the exact plays that happened after that. But ultimately, it all led to a fourth down. We were 15 yards out of the end zone. We were 15 yards out from scoring on a fourth down play. Caleb takes the snap, has to scramble out backwards, instant pressure, tries to escape left, but they held their lane integrity very well. When he was scrambling back, I didn't have much faith in it. Yes, he's made spectacular throws all year, but just scrambling back like that is the number one rule that anyone will tell a quarterback. Don't fall backwards. It's so hard to get under the ball and put enough air on it to even get close to anyone. And normally you end up underthrowing it and it gets intercepted. But out of all the options Caleb had on that, he managed to diagnose the best player to throw to. Cole Kmet at the bottom by himself with a corner down there, a size mismatch. He said that in his post game that he even thought about that out of any throw you could have made, he was the best opportunity. And he threw it up, gave him a chance, had 3 people in his face, scrambled back 20 yards. It was like a net throw of like 40 to 50 yards. It'll go down as a 14-yard touchdown, which is insane. I'll have the clips up so you can see it, but doesn't sound anywhere as cool as it was. But he throws it up. The corner didn't read the ball right, so it definitely made it a little easier, but Cole Kmet came in huge at the end. Great catch by him. Even better throw by Caleb. I'm going to quote Rome when I say this. Caleb always has the best throw you've ever seen until he throws the next one. This makes the 4th down throw last week on the Packers seem like an easy out route that he threw, because this was even 10 times better than that. We have our quarterback, Bears fans. We have our quarterback for years. This is a second-year quarterback, first year under Ben Johnson. I cannot wait to see what this becomes. There is a lot of sorrow in this. It was a terrible way to go out, but there's a lot of positives we can take away from this. We have a lot of great young pieces. Luther, Colston, Monungai, Jade Walker I think is going to be really good. We didn't really hit on much of our defensive. Haven't seen Shamar or any of them, so we'll have to see about that. This offseason is going to be a huge thing for our defense. Even though they played very well, we need to get more consistent pressure. Our blitzes were working like crazy, though. I just want to get into our offense. We'll go over what worked, what didn't work, positives, negatives about it. What worked on our offense yesterday? Our first and second downs were very effective. We were consistently moving the ball every first and second down, and long yardage we were. I mean, I would have rather been in a 3rd and 13 instead of a 3rd and 1, because we were moving the ball effectively downfield. But every time we went to like runs or something in short yardage, it just didn't work nearly as well. We were struggling so much on our short yardage. But our passing game and even just like our outside runs, they were working very well. We just struggled on our short yardage 3rd downs, 3rd and 4th down. I mean, there was the series in the end zone when Ben called 3 back-to-back runs and then finally gave Caleb one opportunity, and he just made a bad read because DJ was open. The linebacker stayed with Luther Burden on that route when DJ ran the shallow. Should have hit DJ, but obviously that's all hindsight. I mean, I can sit here, watch the film, and say, oh, you should have threw to him. I mean, live, you have 4 seconds to make that choice. So he made it, gave him a chance. Linebacker made a heck of a play. But our short yardage just didn't work, because I really think if we were being effective in our goal line, we would have went for 2 at the end. Wouldn't even let it come down to overtime. But Ben said it himself. We had enough things on tape that showed our short yardage and goal line wasn't working at all. So there was just no point to risk it. I mean, we had like 2 different opportunities towards the goal line that we went for and it didn't work. So I'm completely okay with the decision there. And we won the coin toss. Ended up deferring, letting them score. Absolutely played out pitch perfect. Got the ball. All you need is a field goal. Caleb started driving, got to midfield, had some really good plays. And then it comes to that one. And it will forever be debated, unless one of them openly admits it. Who is that on? Is it on Caleb? Threw it too short? Is it on DJ? Bad route? I don't know. I mean, my opinion is the type of route that DJ is running is what they call for the love of the game route. So you're kind of just running a route and you're trying to get that deep safety off or to bite on you. The goal on that play is, I think it was Rome who's running a streak. So you want to get that safety off of it so you can hit over the top onto Rome. Yes, DJ might have been able to run more shallow. I think if you asked him, he wasn't expecting to get the ball. Caleb seen something. DJ wasn't on the same page. Caleb tried to give him a chance. and it just happened. DB made an incredible play. The ball bobbled 4 times and somehow didn't touch the ground. It seemed like that's how it was going the entire game. We had multiple fumbles that just bounced right back into Matthew, bounced right back into Kyron Williams' hands. I mean, we had several opportunities. You had the interception that you caught. Did he catch? And it bounced out. I guess it was complete and he was down. Very controversial call. It reminds me a lot of the Bills-Broncos game. I mean, some people say it's a completely different play. I mean, I agree. I don't think he had enough to call it a catch. I think it was debatable. His knee did touch, absolutely. But I think that they were after that ball so fast that I don't think he made a football move, had enough steps. But they called it a catch. Nothing you can do about it. We had some bad calls going our way that game. I feel like we just couldn't win. We couldn't get anything to go our way. One catch, one call could have changed everything. It just came down to a few plays, ultimately. The very first drive with Rome, Caleb could have threw you a better ball. That is a terrible drop, though. Rome just hasn't been the same recently. He did have some very crucial catches. He had a one over the middle, great catch. The sideline one was even better. But Rome had a false start, which hurt us a lot. He had that drop, which hurt us a lot. And I'm not going to sit here and completely say it's his fault by any means. Colston had some crucial drops. DJ with the lack of effort. Caleb just straight up made some bad reads and bad throws. But those huge opportunities when it mattered. If we could have went up 7-0 at the start, it's just missed points. I mean, that was a 14-point swing right there. But the team could have folded there, and we didn't. We don't blink an eye, and I've said that all year long. We came right back, and we scored. We matched it. This is where I'd like to spend a decent amount of time on it. The Bears defense. What a performance by Dennis Allen. He had the perfect game plan that entire game, other than the first drive. You let him score. Other than that, the number one offense we had under wraps. I would say, maybe this is controversial, but I think Dennis Allen outcoached Sean McVay. I almost think Sean McVay would say the same thing. In his post-game conference, he said, I let the team down. I have to make better calls. Dennis Allen had a master plan on how to beat the Rams. And that's why it truly sucks that we couldn't take as much advantage of it. That we let a defensive performance like that down. And by any means, I did not think it was going to be the offense's fault of why we lost this game. Defense balled. You have to give the flowers. Jaquan Brisker was everywhere this game. Whether it's a tip pass, a sack, on the runs where he's coming up from his safety spot, and he's the only one meeting Kyron Williams in the hole. Great plays. The same goes to Kyler. You did not play a great game last week, Kyler. But way to bounce back. That's all you. You played very well. I know he had a sack. He was just everywhere as well. Tyreek Stevenson, Ben Johnson benched you earlier in the year. I mean, you had all reason just to be like, I'm out of here. I don't care. You got benched because he said you weren't good enough. And you came out this game and showed how good you are, Tyreek. And you have been up and down all year. But players make their money in the postseason, and they showed up. Montez was consistently getting pressure. I don't know if he got a sack. He might have got one sack. He did. He got one sack. But he was consistently getting pressure. Matthew kept having to step up and get off his rhythm because I knew if they had all the time back there, he was going to tear us apart. But that goes back to Dennis Allen's game plan. Our edge blitzes, like sending our safeties, corners, they just couldn't stop it. I mean, they were leaving people unblocked. Matthew got killed by Collar one time. Just didn't even see him. I swear it looked like he called him out, like pointed down at the line, and then he just came up unblocked. That they didn't have an answer for it. Jalen got in one time, made a crucial tackle on a run. Defense was just being physical all the way down the line. You could tell people were hitting, people were putting their hands up, had crucial batted down balls. It was just a A-plus performance by our defense. So all props to them. Dennis Allen, you've made your money worth on the season by just that game. It sucks the rest of the team couldn't help you out there, but congrats, you played amazing. Just to go in it, Jaquan had 8 solo tackles. That is very good. He had 14 total tackles. Phenomenal. We held the Rams for 5 of 16 on third downs. And we've talked about how bad our third down defense has been all year long. 5 of 16. A third of the time. Less than a third of the time they were converting. That is amazing. We were 9 of 19. So almost 50% on a third down, which is also very good. I mean, if you could be 50% of your third downs, you're playing well. The Rams went 1 for 1 on fourth down. We went for it 6 times on fourth down. We got it half the time. Red zone efficiency was the Rams were 2 for 3. We were 2 for 3 as well. So even. Time of possession, we were at 39-15. Rams at 32-26. So we beat them by almost 8 minutes, which is very good. I said we'd have to control time of possession with our run game. The least amount of possessions we could give Matthew, the way better chance we have. Total yards, we out-yardaged them by 70 yards. It was 417 Bears, 340 the Rams. First downs were even at 22 and 23. Penalties, the Rams played a very good game with penalties. We had 3 for 24, which still really is effective. There was just one crucial one that Rome costed us. That was a massive play. The number one reason that we lost this game is the turnovers. They had 0 turnovers. We had 3. And if you're just saying turnovers like picks, 3. But if you're including the times we went for it on fourth down, we went 3 for 6. That's another 3. So that's 6 either turnover on downs or just turnovers. So we were plus 6 in the turnover margin. And in a playoff game, it shouldn't even been that close. If they were playing effectively, it would have been bad. If you would have told me at the start of this game that we would turn over the ball 6 times, I would have said, oh yeah, they beat us by 20 points, easily. For that still to be a close game, it just shows you the resilience in this team. The defense always came out and played. Oh, you threw a pick? All right, we'll get a stop for you, Caleb. We'll give you another chance, Caleb. Phenomenal. Great team ball. Wish the offense could have capitalized on more possessions. They had like 15 different possessions they could have took the lead. 10 to 15. I don't know the exact number on that, but there are so many opportunities that we could have took the lead. And every time I was like, oh yeah, this is the drive that Matthew's going to go down and score. This is the drive. I mean, we just can't keep giving him the ball back. He's going to take advantage of one of these. And for a lot of it, he didn't. He couldn't do anything. I'm very curious to know what was up with Matthew, but he did not look nearly as good as he has in the other games. He went 20 for 42. Less than 50% on the MVP of the National Football League? Are you kidding me? Phenomenal. 258 yards, which is still nice. He had some big plays, but less than 50%? Caleb, I don't think the box score shows as well as he played. I mean, it's just him always coming up in crucial moments. Fourth downs, long third downs. He went 23 for 42, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 257 yards. 3 interceptions. I mean, we said it last week. Somehow managed to win that game. It just kills you. Kills you. Running game, Carton Williams, 87 rushing yards, 21 total carries, 2 touchdowns. He was running very effectively. I think both rushing attacks went very well this game. DeAndre Swift, 76 yards, 19 carries. He was running with anger. I don't think Monangai was nearly as effective this game, but DeAndre Swift, you could see the effort. There was the one play where he ran out to the right. Rome missed a block, or it would have been a walk-in touchdown. But he still put everything he had on that, tried to jump over it and do whatever he can to get in the end zone. All props to you, Swift. There's been a lot of talks if we're going to bring you back in the offseason. But again, just like Dennis Allen, you made your money on that. You made your money for the season. Way to show effort out there. Both receiving yard leaders were tight ends, with Parkinson for the Rams at 56 receiving yards and Colston Loveland with 56 receiving yards. That's funny. Both had 56. Colston went out later in the game. He did have some crucial drops. So I think the stat line would look completely different if we had like 4 catches, because there was at least 3 or 4 drops that people had. Crucial drops too. Caleb did throw a few that were off. Colston had a few that were behind him, but some of them are definitely catchable. So it's just been that's been the story all year long. We lead the league in drops. We had Montez with 1 sack. Caleb didn't even get sacked this game. With Joe Thuney going out to the left tackle and then having the new left guard in, I can't think of his last name right now. I'll put up the last name. But him coming in, questions about it, if he was going to perform, those two played phenomenal. And the thing that I don't understand with our running game is we just kept wanting to run right. Yes, Darnell Wright is an all-pro, a second-team all-pro. He's phenomenal. But, like, in the middle of the game, you know that they're holding up well against Jared Verse. So we can't just keep running right. They started slanting into it and then blowing it up. I mean, they were reading us so well on our runs, and we would run right, and their entire defensive line would meet us right in the hole. And it just wasn't working. I mean, we have to do some counters. We have to go left. Joe Thuney was handling fine. Jared Verse really did not make that big of a play this game. Like, he didn't make that big of a game changer or any plays in this. And looking back, hindsight at that of putting Joe Thuney out to left tackle, I think it was a great choice in my opinion, because I think Theo Benedict in pass protection would have got killed by Jared Verse. So you put out a veteran that you know can play well, and then whoever else you put in that spot, you have a Pro Bowl center and a Pro Bowl left tackle next to you to help you. And then there's going to be plenty of chips. Our tight ends are up there with the best blockers. There was a play that Colson Loveland had one-on-one with Jared Verse and completely boxed him. I mean, he is a great route runner and is completely underrated with his pass blocking because that was so good. That is one of the best pass rushing edges, at least in the NFC, easily. Held that up well. Kyle Monunga, I know I just talked bad about you on your rushing. It wasn't the best. But your pass blocking this game was so well. I'll put up a clip of this too. The one where Caleb got him offsides, and then he threw it down to Colston. If Monunga does not pick up that block with the dude coming off the edge, Caleb gets killed. And I know for a fact that wasn't even his guy he's supposed to guard. But it was a heads-up play. Just came and blocked him. Threw his entire body at it. This was a team game. I mean, you could tell, they were being selfless. There was a few plays, lack of effort on some, but this team was playing selfless all the way. They were playing for their brother next to them. And that's why there's a lot of great takeaways you can take for next season. The core is still going to be here. I think there's a few questions that we really have. I'm going to have plenty of things over in the offseason that we talk about. Needs, re-signings, the draft, obviously. But it's going to be a big offseason for defense. We need pass rushers. We need to figure out our secondary because they've been very well at times and then absolutely terrible at other times. Jalen was out for a good portion of the year. Kyler was out. C.J. Gardner-Johnson was a phenomenal pickup in the midseason. If we didn't have him, you would have had Nick McLeod there all year. And no shame to Nick, but you really haven't played that well all year. Just to briefly touch on special teams, because I did say that could have been a crucial moment in this game. Our punts were very well. I think we only punted a few times, but Torrey did very well at flipping the field. He had a net 50-yard punt. We were at our own 30. We ended up flipping it, so that was huge. Got our defense in a good position. I don't think our kick returns were that well. I know we had a few, or at least one muffed punt that we had that almost turned bad. Duvernay had one good return that got it to the 35. But to think, he really has not had that big of a year. I wish we could have seen more of Luther back there because every time Luther touches the ball, I've floored this all year. He just makes at least two people miss every time. He is going to be a problem in the next couple of years. Our rookie class is phenomenal. Great job, Ryan Poles. Let's do it again. Do it again this year, but let's get some defensive players. Because if we can get a Quinyon Mitchell, his second year, he's playing incredible. So let's hit on one of those, and that would really set us up. Or even, let's get a Jared Verse. If Jared Verse has played so super well, if we can get one of them in the first rounds, that's a home run hit. Just somebody that can give us consistent playmaking on our defense. Let's talk about this. Why did we lose? I'm going to attribute this to just two main factors. The first one, missed opportunities. Drops, penalties, interceptions. We had our chances this game. Had several chances that the defense gave us. We could not capitalize on enough of them. Too many mistakes. 1 to 2 different plays this game, and I think we win by at least 10 points. It is that close. And the fact it was that close to this team, it's a lot of positives to take away. But it absolutely still stings, and that's part of the reason it stings, because we held our destiny. After we stopped them in overtime and were marching down the field, almost in Cairo Santos range, who else would you rather have kick in weathers like that? I trust Cairo 100%, and it was 2nd and 8. Caleb took the chance. But I don't blame Caleb. We're not in that game. We're not in overtime if Caleb doesn't bring an Iceman. So with him taking chances like that also comes interceptions as well. So it's a give and take. Would you rather him not take chances and then we don't go into overtime in general because he doesn't take chances like that? So there's always going to be good and bad to it. And we fell on the bad end of it. Just too many of the bad mistakes. Second reason, kind of ties in with the first one, but just efficiency. The amount of drives we could have scored on, the amount of fourth downs, we were moving the ball very effectively. Had them almost 100 more yards than them in total yards. But when it mattered, when we got in the red zone, we just weren't effective. 3 runs in a row. I think Ben called a pretty conservative game. And all respect to him because he is the catalyst for even while we're in the playoffs. But he called a very conservative game, and we just ran too much. I would have loved to see Caleb on the move a little more, especially in the red zone. Like every first down, it's a run to the right, and they knew it. So it was like every time we might have got 2 yards, and then we'd probably try to run again. We just had so many third downs. So many third downs this game. Yeah, total we had 19 third downs. It just seemed like every single time we touched the ball, like every first down we got, we knew another third down was coming. We could never get a first down on first or second. We just weren't efficient. That's pretty much all I have for the video. I have a lot of stuff that I want to look forward to in the off season. I'm going to try to go back to just producing one great video a week, just whether it's touching on drafts, needs, re-signings, what went well this season, what went bad this season. If you have any ideas, feel free to let me know in the comments. I love replying to your comments and having conversations back and forth just about what you think the season was. But if I were to ask you at the beginning of the year if you thought that we were going to make the divisional round, would you have said yes? Because I was optimistic about a wild card spot. I thought we could have slipped in the wild card. I thought the Packers were Super Bowl contenders all year long. Who knew the Lions were going to fall back that hard? I did think the Vikings were going to be the worst team in our division. And I thought we were going to get like a solid 10 and whatever that would be, 10 and 8, 10 and 9. I thought that was going to be just a good year and blew out my expectations. So we deserve a lot of credit to Ben and the team. They all played well. It was a heck of a year. That's all you can say. A lot of positives that we can take on. Caleb is only going to get better from here. He got better throughout the whole year. Go back and watch week 1 where we lost to the Vikings. Week 2, lost to the Lions. Caleb is a completely different player from the start of the year. Ben and Caleb are the right match. There was a lot of questions at the beginning of the year when we went 0-2. Are they just not meant to be together? Does Ben like pocket passers more? No, I think they're even better than we could have imagined. It's going to be a scary duo. Let Caleb start being a little more accurate in the pocket. Good luck, NFC. We'll be back. But thank you guys for watching. My goal with this, if we can, within the next month, I'd like to get up to 50 subs. I'm thinking about doing some sort of giveaway at 100, like a $25 gift card or something. But check out the Instagram, the TikTok, watch any YouTube shorts. But subscribe, like, share. Thank you guys, and till the next time.